We're glad you're back as we continue to follow the Tour de France this year. The video we're sharing today is dedicated to the man who started it all.
HENRI DESGRANGE.
The man behind the world's biggest cycling tournament.
Le Tour de France. HENRI DESGRANGE
Was born on January 31, 1865 and died August 16, 1940. He is unquestionably the most significant figure in the history of bicycle racing because he founded the Tour de France.
Le Tour de France. HENRI DESGRANGE.
Born in Paris to a comfortable, affluent middle-class family.
HENRI DESGRANGE.
Who may have been admitted to the bar, worked as a clerk at the Depot du Mesnil law firm in Paris. According to legend, he was sacked from that place either for cycling to work or for showing the contour of his calves. When
DESGRANGE
visited the Bordeaux-Paris finish line in 1891, he witnessed his first bicycle race. He started out racing on the track, but found that endurance riding suited him better. On May 11, 1893, on the Buffalo Velodrome in Paris, he rode 35.325 kilometers, setting the first officially recognized hour record. In addition, he set records for the distances of 50, 100, and 100 miles. In 1893, he also won the Tricycle Championship. He stated in his 1894 training manual La Tête et les Jambes that an ambitious rider needs no more a woman than they do soiled socks. He was appointed director of France's first indoor track, the Velodrome d'Ivry, close to the Eiffel Tower, in December 1903, after serving as director of the Parc des Princes Velodrome in 1897. Before settling into his position as editor of Lotto and lifelong leader of the Tour de France,
DESGRANGE
held a variety of positions. He was a lawyer by profession, but writing had a strong hold on him. He started competing, primarily on the track.
DESGRANGE
Was hired as the paper's editor when a group of right-wing industrialists who were dissatisfied with the politics and advertising costs of the preeminent sports newspaper formed their own publication. After various legal disputes, the paper adopted the name Lotto and lost the battle for readership.
DESGRANGE
Is credited with founding the Tour de France in 1903, but the idea came from one of his journalists.
Géo Lefebvre
Came up with the idea of a massive race that would take place all over France, similar to the six-day race on the track, in an effort to save the failing newspaper.
DESGRANGE
Put the suggestion into effect after some initial hesitation. Lotto announced the race on 19 January 1903. Promotion of the Tour de France proved a great success for the newspaper. Circulation leapt from 25,000 before the tour to 65,000 after it. In 1908, the race boosted circulation past 250,000, and during the 1923 tour, it was selling 500,000 copies a day. The record circulation claimed by
DESGRANGE
was 854,000, achieved during the 1933 tour. Cycle racing had greater growth than the national and international organizations created to oversee it.
HENRI DESGRANGE
Believed that his race and he were more than capable of opposing the French authority, UVF. The UVF banned the first 4 riders in the 1904 Tour de France, imposing punishments that
DESGRANGE
believed to be severe.
HENRI DESGRANGE
Was more irritated by the UVF's decision to wait until 30 November of the following year to take action in order to avoid stirring up public ire. Also, the fact that the specifics were left out. In Lotto, he noted it is extremely difficult to establish whether the heavy punishments handed out by the UVF to the principal riders were motivated by serious reasons when we are given only the results of these decisions, while at the same time the documents which they used are withheld from us. It is no exaggeration to say that public opinion will demand from the Union Velocipédique some explanation, which will no doubt be forthcoming. With an iron grip,
DESGRANGE
governed the Tour and most of European racing. He was a dictator who frequently got into arguments with racers over his harsh regulations. Nevertheless, he helped the Tour develop and earn its position as the premier cycling event of today.
HENRI DESGRANGE
Had a daughter and a wife, but they got divorced. Both topics are poorly understood. He dated the avant-garde artist Jean Dealey for the majority of his life, but never wed her. She first met
HENRI DESGRANGE
after World War I. Beginning in 1936, his poor health led him to stop managing the tour when he was unable to participate in it following prostate surgery.
HENRI DESGRANGE
Underwent prostate surgery in 1936.
DESGRANGE
Was adamant that he would go, despite being advised not to, because it was scheduled in between 2 crucial procedures.
HENRI DESGRANGE
Gave the order for his automobile to be crammed full of cushions. A physician would accompany him, but on the second day of the tour, the jolting and the constant acceleration and deceleration proved to be too much. On August 16, 1940,
DESGRANGE
passed away at home near the Mediterranean Sea. Under the heading Le Patron, Lotto stated those who called
HENRI DESGRANGE.
by that title will now painfully find the true value of that title. We are mourning a father. A father who presided over the birth, then the formation, then the development, then the health of his child. He loved all those who loved Lotto. His joy was to mix with the youngest of his collaborators. We'll no longer find him in the sports hall, where he was as vigorous at 75 as he was in his 50s, which is as vigorous as others are in their 40s. His memory, his example and his lesson will still be here, there, everywhere, in our beloved publishing house, still and forever full of his dynamism par rapide and his visionary and precise decisions. That's the story of the patron, the boss, the giant, the icon, the legend. Without him and his passion for cycling, we wouldn't be enjoying this incredible bicycle race that is the Tour de France. Thank you for making it to the end of this biographic video. Show us some love and hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more cycling facts. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of the Tour de France 2022.